Are you ready to have a frank conversation about how you can improve your business? Are you ready to look at the year ahead without constantly and consistently facing challenges alone? Today, I'm going to share with you, from my perspective, not only as a coach, but also as a career-long entrepreneur and business owner, the importance of hiring a coach to assist you along your journey. As entrepreneurs, we see the world with our eyes wide open, and therefore we come across many bright, shiny objects on any given day. This podcast is a vehicle to open your perspective about which shiny ideas are going to keep you on course and which ones are taking you to the point of distraction. The word coach, beyond the typical coach that we think of in sports activities, first came across my path in the late 1990s. And at that point, I had been an entrepreneur for over a decade. And the thought that someone could give me support around my business besides my banker and my bookkeeper, well, it was really a new way of thinking back then. And one thing that I loved so much, because I knew, having had worked with entrepreneurs most of my business career, both in working for others and for myself, that it was a needed skill set without a doubt. And I also knew pretty quickly that I wanted to become a coach and sell my business and go on to become a coach full-time, even though I really realized I had been a coach for many years in so many parts of my business ownership. And I delved into the work of Thomas Leonard, who was one of the first known coaches to create this industry outside of therapy and motivational speakers, in working with the human psyche to help us not just perform better, but to be more inspired in our work and how it coincided with our lives. And the more I discovered, the more I knew it was ingrained in my being to become a coach for other entrepreneurs. So I hired my first mentor coach. Her name was Joy, and she rocked my world in sharing with me mindset possibilities that really worked one-on-one with my mind. It wasn't a generic one-size-fits-all. It was really working with me one-on-one, and it gave me the freedom to trust more and leave my self-doubt at the door whenever possible. And that's the cool thing about coaching. It can assist with specific business and life skill sets that we might either need brushing up on or perhaps a total overhaul. Whether you're looking for a specific skill set that you want to embellish or just really get your mindset more in a positive way of thinking, or maybe a combo of both, coaching is an excellent way to go at it. And it works so much better, I believe, in a one-on-one environment than group environments. And let me tell you, group environments can work really great too. But what I've found over the years with my mastermind groups, those members that did one-on-one coaching in addition to the mastermind group just achieved so much more because they had that one-on-one accountability. And accountability is huge when it comes to coaching and doing what you say you're going to do. We can all do better with a coach by our side, whether you have one in your back pocket or you hire one. The good coaches out there, and there are many, they change people's lives. Now, one caution I want to put out here is that the ones who are in it just for the money, and in my opinion, they charge the most money, are ones that you need to be weary of. Now, don't get me wrong. You should be willing to pay a reasonable fee for a good coach. But do not, I repeat, do not practically put a second mortgage on your home to hire a coach, or to hire a coach that only does group coaching, who claims to give you the same fame and fortune that they have, to make the same 6 or 7 figures that they're making. Just caution to the wind on that. And again, if you've been in a program and it hasn't worked and you said, oh, none of it works, I ask you to revisit it. And I just see too often those coaches that ask the tens of thousands of dollars, that their main focus is filling their bank accounts. not necessarily yours. And I can't say that for all of them, but I see it over and over and over again. You have to reach in and be uncomfortable for what you pay, right? Because sometimes, especially if we've been doing it on our own for so long, and it just like to pay anything seems crazy, you do need to be uncomfortable, but not putting you deep in debt. That doesn't work. And if you aren't seeing a quick shift in your business because of it, I would cut ties and move forward immediately. So those are just words of warning before I give you the 101 ideas of how a good coach who has expertise in what you're looking for has to offer. I will tell you the book that transformed my life was by Thomas Leonard, who I mentioned before, and the book was The Portable Coach. I took this, when I had learned about coaching, I took this book with me in the summer of 1995, and I read it cover to cover during a family road trip back to see my in-laws. We left our home here in Colorado and went to Pennsylvania. And what I remember was such fondness deep in my soul as I rocked on the porch swing on my sweet mother-in-law's front porch, reading this book from cover to cover. My daughter was, she was about 3, I guess, at the time. And she was by my side, swinging with me as I read. And it was just such a beautiful memory. And when I got home, I decided to register in Thomas's coaching certification program, which was called and still is, it's still around today, and where I got my certification at Coach U. I ended up selling my business and moving forward to become a coach. And that did it, even though at first I thought, wow, there's way too many mindset classes. I want to get to business, right? Crunch, crunch, crunch business. But I quickly came to realize that while business tactics and strategies are required, mindset when it comes to being successful and having longevity in a business is everything. And one of the things I learned quickly on is that Thomas loved lists, and what his teaching style had a lot of lists in it. And one of the lists from the class early on, 100 of Thomas's ideas around how to grow your business. And I thought that I would take that 100 list and share it with you today. With the new year comes new ways to look at your life and your business, keeping in mind all the bright, shiny objects all around you every single day. I want to share with you the idea behind the BSO Grow Planner from Business Victories, designed to assist you to simplify the process of your time organization and planning. This physical planner is designed to complement your electronic calendar on your phone or computer. That's the calendar that keeps you interacting with the outside world, while your BSO Grow Planner is the monthly, weekly, and daily reminder of what matters most to you from your inside world. All the things going on in your head that, once written out, clarify how you would really like for your days to unfold. For your ultimate success, each planner comes with the Grow Sessions Goals and Values online program, along with additional access to Morning Momentum's 21-day online program that will have you looking at how you start your day in a whole new way. So what do you say? Are you ready to make the road ahead of you actually take you where you want to go? Learn more at businessvictories.com/grow planner. And for a limited time, use the coupon code BrightShiny to get a 20% discount. And of course, all this information is located in our show notes. Okay, so if you're ready, roll up your sleeves, stop if you want to stop the podcast if you want to write down an idea, but think of coming away with like maybe 5 of these, because it could be overwhelming. You might come back to this podcast at another time, or you know what, if you want the printed out list, email me at Cheri, which is Cheri at businessvictories.com, and I will be happy to send you this list so that you can see it in black and white in front of you. But in the meantime, I'm going to share it with you and throw a few little thoughts around those that I think are pertinent. Okay, let's roll. Number 1 is to ask 5 key clients for referrals. Think having more fabulous clients just like them. You don't want to ask a bad client for a referral. Number 2 is to lead a workshop for clients, prospects, and public for an affordable cost on whatever your area of expertise is. Number 3 is to join 1 or 2 clubs or organizations that you enjoy, where your ideal clients may also be members. Number 4, deliver 20% more than your clients expect. I love that one. Number 5, conduct business in an office that inspires you to do your best work. I know I run my business from home, and my office right now is one of my favorite offices that I've ever had. And I've been in this office for probably 15 years during the pandemic. I repainted it, redecorated it, really brought a new life to it. I have a beautiful view of the mountains from my sliding glass window with a little balcony, as I'm actually looking out right now. We just had an amazing snowfall last night. And I just love being in this office. It just makes me so happy. It makes me want to come in here and do my work. And what I will tell you, if you happen to be someone who is doing your business from the dining room table, you want to shift that around. You may not be able to do a separate room for your office, but running your business, and every time you want to either eat at that table or do something, you got to move your business, and it's just not a good idea. So yeah, conduct business in an office that inspires you to do your best work. Moving right along, number 6 is to offer to help 3 people who are in trouble, who maybe can't afford your fee at this moment in time. And, it's always a good idea to help those who need help. But be careful about giving away your time. I'll just say that with a caution. Number 7 is to become a known resource to at least 25 highly qualified and respected people who provide services that your ideal clients need. Number 8 is to orient at least 75% of your business around your special, and I'll add in unique, gifts that you have to offer. Number 9 is to host gatherings with your competitors as you educate your clients about the full extent of the work that you do. I have done some amazing things with my perceived competitors and have built great relationships, not only with them, and we refer business back and forth, but it just really is a great way to do business. Number 10 is become known as someone people can trust. Trust is a big, big word. Number 11 is write an article on something new in your profession. Writing is such a great tool these days in business, to be sure. Number 12 is to mentor an apprentice in your profession. Number 13 is hire an assistant. I want you to star this one, because if you're going it alone and you don't have an assistant, you do need it, even if it's only for 5 hours a week. I have 3 different assistants that I use right now that help me with different pieces of technology that I use throughout my business, and it makes a world of difference for me instead of banging my head up against the wall trying to figure out technology. Number 14 is to know and articulate your 3 basic messages. So what are those 3 basic marketing messages that you want to share with the world? It makes it a lot easier when you're sitting down to do your marketing. Number 15 is to tell people at least 10 things you want for them to achieve by doing business with you. Number 16, it's also known as benefits in the marketing world. Number 16 is to set your business standards high and honor them. Number 17 is to clean out your closets. Amazing when we clear that clutter. Number 18 is to send out a monthly newsletter. And I really, over the years, have one-upped that, and I send out a weekly newsletter. I've been doing it now for over 22 years. And it has paid in many benefits. Number 19 is stay connected, but you have to be consistent. Let me go back to that. Number 18 for a minute, you got to be consistent. If you can't be consistent, don't even bother, because it's a waste of time to just every once in a while send out a newsletter. Don't do it. Number 19 is to stay connected with clients at a minimum monthly. And this again goes back to the newsletter. If you do it more than that, you're always reaching out and touching your clients. It's one of the reasons I like to send out my newsletters the most, is that I know that I'm touching my clients at least, well, in my case, once a week. Number 20 is, and let me go back to that for one more second, is with something that's not just selling them. I guess that's the other piece. And I too often we just reach out to try to sell something. Don't do it to sell, but to enrich. Keep that in mind. Number 20, speak to groups at least once a week. So look at what groups you could speak to and what you speak about. I have found speaking and training to be one of the greatest ways that I get my message out into the world. Number 21 is to live in a home you love. Check, check, check. I do. I feel very fortunate that I do, and I hope you do too. Number 22 is to send birthday and holiday cards. And there's some great cards online these days. If you don't want to, just send out the paper ones. Number 23 is to write a book that breaks the rules. I've done 2 of them now, and I'm on my 3rd. Number 24, send request emails to positive-minded colleagues for coffee, lunch, etc. One of the things that I talk about in our planner is connections, and to be able to do that. And now that we can go out and meet with people in public again, it's really a great thing to do. So who would you love to meet with for coffee, lunch, etc.? Number 25, we're a quarter of the way there. Become known for 3 special things and deliver all of those as often as you can. Number 26, invest 10% of your revenue in training, coaching, and development. So again, as I talked about earlier, with how much should you spend on your coach, look at 10% of your revenue. And what I'm talking about is not maybe your current revenue, but what you would like your revenue to be. Number 27, dress better. I like that. Number 28, be a professional. I like that too. Number 29, know what you are attached to that isn't serving you and release it. Number 30, know your vision and be able to share it. Number 31, establish yourself as a center of influence. Number 32, deepen your relationship with 10 centers of influence, something that we can do much easier today on social media than we ever could back in the day when I first started doing this. Make your clients and others right, even when they aren't, because they are. Yeah, that's right. The customer's always right. Got to go back to that. Number 34, raise your fees. And I will add to that, raise your fees when appropriate. And I'll just say that. I'll leave it at that. Number 35, but don't be afraid to raise your fees either, as I say that. 35, get your personal needs met outside of your business. Don't become a workaholic. I've learned that the hard way over the years, and just get those personal needs met. Have your business work around your personal life, as opposed to your personal life is working around your business. Number 36 is to give the right give for each referral. So learn what it is that you want to reciprocate as a thank you for each referral that you get. Number 37, master the skill of converting leads to clients. That's a big one. Number 38, immediately acknowledge a referral. Someone gives you a referral, reach out to the person who did it and thank them. Don't just offer your business card, ask for permission to call. How many business cards have we collected? And these days, it's become a little bit of an outdated thing, that business card, but really asking for permission to reach out to someone. And one of the things I'll add in that, as you look at social media, is how that you can do that with social media and DM people to reach out, because it's probably one of the most beneficial ways that you can connect on social media is to DM people to ask if you can connect real time. Focus on having a full business is number 40. And really, where is it that your business could have more business? I know a lot of times people will say, well, I just need more clients. Well, what does that mean? How does that translate? Number 41, ask, never plead or demand for more business. Be willing to let customers go too, because sometimes we need to do that. Number 42, be interested, not just interesting. Another way to say that is to listen. Number 43 is under promise, over deliver. Big one I've believed in my entire career. Under promise and over deliver. Number 43. I'll repeat that because it's an important one. Number 44, do complete work. Leave nothing unfinished with a client. Don't get it half done and then just, again, it's that over delivery of getting it done. Nothing is even better if you get it done early, but keep your word. Number 45, brand your materials. This says to stun people. Wow, that's really interesting. To stun people. I would think more, instead of stunning people, is just to have people just to notice, stun people. That's really interesting. Okay, continuing on. 46, have something worthwhile to say. And, that's a great one. And really one of the things that we've been able to do in creating content is learning how to do that and really seeing what gets the most results and what doesn't, because we get some pretty immediate feedback when we throw it out there in our marketing world today. Number 47 is have referrals call you. Don't chase them. This is a big one. I learned this so early on in my career. I never forget, I had somebody come in my office at one time and he was selling insurance or something. And I had an office, that was out there in the public sector. And he gave me a sales pitch and I was like, yeah, I'll think about it. Whatever. I wasn't going to probably do anything. I knew that. But the thing that made me realize I would never do business with this person is that he said, great, could you give me 3 referrals? And I'm like, what? I haven't even done business with you. And you're asking me for referrals. So play those cards lightly as you use them and don't chase after them. If someone says they want information, you give it to them. 3 calls back is the max. And don't throw them on your email list. Don't go after it like that. It's just not a good way to go. Number 48, sincerely acknowledge others often. And I believe what he meant by this was, acknowledge other people, your colleagues, etc., for their great work and the things they do, kind of like I'm acknowledging Thomas right now. Number 49, do more work for your current clients. So again, focus on, sometimes we can get clients and we are so busy getting new clients, we forget about our current clients. I like to call it past, present, future, remembering my past, my present, and my future clients, and they all have equal importance. Number 50, we're halfway there, is to know what services you cannot or will not offer. And we've probably all who have been in business for a while have tried to deliver a service that it just wasn't a good idea for whatever reason. But get clear about it and don't make the same mistake twice. Number 51, expect a lot from your clients. And really, and that's the performance level, and especially in the coaching world, is to expect them to do a lot. I expect my clients to do a lot because that's how they're going to achieve. Number 52 is to package your services to create an annuity stream, or otherwise known as residual income. So that's, I think it's something we're all striving for these days, is that residual income, especially if we're a small 1 or 2 person business and our time is, we're doing the dollars for time, and to have residual income, that annuity stream, is really important. Number 53 is to upgrade your clientele. Yeah. So if you've been working with a certain group of people who just don't want to pay your fees, etc., upgrade your clientele to people who not only want to pay your fees, but actually want to do the work that it requires. Number 54 is to drastically cut personal and business expenses to be 25% more profitable. Wow, what do you think about that one? Overhead can be a killer in business, and we have technology. In the years that I've been in business, it's been amazing at how many things can get done now through technology, where I don't have to hire a person to do it, or that I just had an expense that I was paying for that I wasn't really getting any benefit from. Profitability is everything, right? Of course, we know that. Number 55, get more permission than you will ever need from everyone. I love that idea. Just the permission to move forward, to do the things that someone needs to do. Number 56, are you ready for this one? Be coachable. And what this means is, if you don't get it instantly, is that I have had people who have hired me in the past and they don't want to do the work. And then they complain because nothing's happening, nothing's shifting in their business or their work. And they're not taking on anything that I recommend to improve their business or their life. And they're not being coachable. They're wanting a different outcome by doing the same thing. So be coachable. Important. Number 57, address the elephant in the room. One of the most difficult things for myself as a coach is addressing the elephant in the room, of having the hard conversations. But when I have those hard conversations with my clients, those ones that you think, are they going to fire me because I'm about to ask them this really difficult question to take them into a different direction? I know that 9 times out of 10, maybe even if there was a higher quotient than that it usually works out for the best for them, because it had to be said. And one of the things that with a good coach, is they're going to ask you to do things or think about things that you may have never been asked before. And especially if you've been in business for a while and gotten into bad habits or just, So you got to address the elephant in the room and have the hard conversations. Any good coach will do that. Number 58. Speak benefits, not features. This is marketing 101, and I talk about it all the time with clients because too often we get caught up in the features of our product. It's a white coffee mug and it's got a handle on it, as opposed to there is the most delicious coffee in this mug, if you get what I'm saying. So speak benefits, not features, and it's something that I definitely help my clients through a lot. Number 59, speak with the you and not the I. A lot of times, and I go think back to the days when I was coaching people around their resumes as well, and I would read cover letters that had just I, and I always had this thing, you're eyeing all over yourself. You need to talk about them, whoever the you is of them that you're talking to, and not about yourself all the time. So really watch as you send letters or content on your website, etc., that you don't have a lot of eyes. It's about them, not you. Number 60, a big one, don't gossip. And for I'm going to say us ladies, it's a harder thing to do, but it's a habit, right? It's easier to gossip and say something negative about somebody than it is to say something positive, and you just have to change that game big time. And you will find when you do, it just makes you feel better. It just makes you feel so much better. Just talk good things about or stop hanging around with people that make you gossip about them. You know what I'm saying? Okay. 61, put the relationship ahead of the result. What are the relationships that you want to keep? Number 62 is to establish your value on time, No more useless errands. Oh my gosh. One of the things, and you're going to hear me talking more and more about it. You hear an ad during our podcast about our BSO, Bright Shiny Object Planner. And what we have done with that planner is that we have eliminated the to-dos for the to-dos. And just if you have too many things on your to-do list that aren't valuing your time, stop doing it. Okay. Moving on to number 63, don't hide behind a brochure. Or today, it's really more of a website or online marketing tools. Like, be out there, be upfront, be more visible. One thing that I see people having a hard time being is more visible. You got to be visible. If your potential clients can't see you, you're not there, right? Okay. Number 64, advance your profession. Constant learning is just so important. And what can you do within your own profession to continue to learn? It's one of my favorite things about the work that I do is, even this time of year, I'm now looking the year ahead for what will the retreats I go to or the education that I want to get in the year ahead. Number 65, I think you're going to like this one, is to take a vacation every quarter. Real good idea. Number 66, have something to look forward to each evening. And I love this. And I'm going to talk to you later on about as we wind up this list about every morning as well. But looking forward to something every evening, a good meal, whatever that might be. Number 67, be straightforward, but don't spill your guts. Right? Don't be spilling your guts all over the place. People need to know every little gory detail about what might not be going on well in your life. Number 68 is to volunteer wisely. Time is important when you own a business. I learned this very early on. I volunteered in my community, and I'll never regret it because I learned so much. I helped to establish the Downtown Business Association in the town that I had my first business in. But man, it sucked my time. And I think about it that if I hadn't have done that, what difference it might have made for my business. It did good things for my business for sure as well, but volunteer wisely. Number 69, know exactly what you can do for others and let them know it. Let it be vocal, how you can help others. Number 70, invite key people out. Invite key people out. So again, that coffee, etc. Number 71, ask people what they need. Don't be afraid to ask your clients what they need from you. And survey often, especially with your current clients, and not just a random email survey, because a lot of email surveys go nowhere, but actually picking up the phone and saying, hey, can I just ask you a few questions about how your service is going, etc. Number 72 is to disqualify prospects. Actually have some kind of qualification of people who should or shouldn't be doing business with you, because it's bad for you and it's bad for them if someone hires you and you're not a good fit. Number 73, take rejection like an angel. Okay, this one's a little bit harder said than done, but you've got to take rejection sometimes. We just got to do it, because all too often I see that people avoid even getting fully coming up to the plate because they're afraid they're going to get struck out. I'll use a baseball analogy here. So, just take it like an angel. Like, okay, I'm on to the next, fly on to the next, the next prospect or whatever it looks like. Number 74 is to be fully caught up. Oh, I like that one. To be fully caught up. I'm going to star that for my year ahead, because I feel lately like I have just always been behind. So be fully caught up. I like it. Number 75, have time slots open and automate your calendar if your business is service driven. I just recently talked to a client about this who had been there is some great automated calendars out there, and every single one of my clients is something we talk about all the time because it's so important to do it. Make it easier for the clients to see you and save time than, the back and forth emails and all that kind of stuff. Don't do it. Automate your calendar. Again, easier said than done. The next, number 76, is to automate your client enrollment and follow-up. Today's technology is so easy to do. And if you don't know how to do it, hire that assistant tech person who can help set it up for you. Number 77, communicate and over-inform with great information. It's one of the reasons I love doing my victory letter every Monday, because I want to communicate and over-inform, but keep it short and sweet when you do it. Number 78 is to anticipate and respond to client needs before the client even knows. This is the greatest. When it's like you're reading your client's mind, and that is when you know you are really good at what you do. Number 79, use written agreements in all cases. The greatest part of written agreements is that everybody's clear from the get-go what we've agreed to do in our working relationship. Number 80, budget 10% for marketing, including advertising, gifts, and referral sources. And this is huge. I learned this from J. Conrad Levinson years ago with guerrilla marketing. And that's, from your gross revenue to have 10% for your marketing. And so many people don't do it and just say, yeah, I don't have any money for marketing. That's not a good way to be. And, but if you put it 10% into the budget, you can plan around that, because that's going to get you to your ideal number. I teach this in marketing all the time. So budget 10% for your marketing. And again, that's from your gross revenue. Number 81, value each client as a key asset, a 10-year revenue stream. So again, I have worked with some of my clients for longer than 10 years. So it's just really looking at that and what value can you consistently provide? And if you're finding something in your business that, clients are usually just a one-time wonder, what can you do to change your business? Because that's not a good revenue model. Number 82, decide, because you might have a one-time usage thing with your product. I'm just going to go back to that for a second. But what can you add to it to bring them around for the long haul? A membership or something that will keep that residual revenue we talked about earlier coming in. Number 82, decide to be attraction-based versus promotion-based, because givers get. Remembering that givers get. What can you give out? A lot of times people are so afraid to give out free content that really can help people, like I'm doing right now in this podcast, because I want to give out more than I get. It is something that I learned early on in my career in customer service, and I have believed in it all the way through. Number 83, co-design work to be performed. Let the client contribute to your success. So sometimes I can't even tell you how many coaching programs that I've offered along the way that my clients, as I've coached them through it, have shifted and changed because, it goes back to that whole thing. It looks perfect. It is not a one size fits all ever, I don't believe. There's some basic things about us as small businesses that work. That's why I'm giving you 101 ideas here today, because they're not all going to fit. And so just keep that in mind. Number 84, think holistic, act specifically. Think holistic, act specifically, like do it for the good of all. Number 85 is to align your goals with your values so that you can own them. I love this one. I live by this one. This is one of the things that in the with our planner, you get the grow sessions. And I'm not trying to sell this to you. I'm just telling you the reality of it. You get the grow sessions, which that's what we do before I even want anyone to go into the planner and work in the planner, is to align goals with values. And we walk you through both sets so that you can blend them together so that you can in fact own them and make your decisions moving forward based on them. Number 86, reduce the hidden human costs of delivering your services. And I'm going to say, even at this point of the game, the technology costs. How many times have we signed up for something, we're paying $15 a month or $16, whatever it is. And sometimes it's more. Sometimes maybe it's $100 a month and we're not using it. And we haven't used it for 6 months and we keep saying we're going to use it. So either use it or lose it. Yeah. Okay. Number 87 is automate where is needed and use the human touch where it's needed. Because we still today, AI hasn't taken over yet. So we can still use both. Number 88. Make a list of your top 10 clients and then how they became your clients. And remember that from a marketing perspective. That's just so important. How did they become, especially your top clients? Number 89 is to design a plan to fill your business quickly. Again, if you're needing new clients, figure out a plan, design it, and get the revenue coming in that you need to have. Will your business always be full? Not necessarily, but when you have that plan to get it where you've got that ideal revenue coming in, it's the greatest place to be. Number 90 is introduce yourself in 10 words or less. All right, I'm going to put myself to the test on that one and see if I can do that in the year ahead as well. Number 91, know what makes you irresistible to your ideal clientele. Number 92, serve, don't sell. Don't be a salesy person that you're constantly trying to sell. I mean, there's some people, we all know of at least one person who every time you talk to them, they're trying to sell you something. Serve, don't sell. Number 93, as we get to the final ones here, is cut out the distractions. Hello. Bright, shiny object. The thing that this podcast is all about is cutting out the distractions, going after the bright, shiny objects that serve you and know the ones that are distracting you. That's when you can really serve yourself and your business, your life in general, the best, because we do tend to, as entrepreneurs, run after the distractions for one reason or another. Number 94, plan on having 50% more business than you think you need. Yeah. So just, keep going out there and promoting your business. Don't stop promoting your business, even if you think your business is full, because people will forget you. Sad but true. Number 95. All right, here we come. Identify the 20% who get you the 80%. I'll say that one more time. Identify the 20% who get you the 80%, right? 80-20 rules, always there, and know who and what that is. 96 is to believe in the work you do. Belief is everything. The TV show Ted Lasso, if you've ever watched it, one of his first tasks is in taking over the soccer team in England was to put up the sign, believe in the locker room. It begins there with belief. If you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe in your business, you're going to have stumbling blocks all the way. And sometimes you got to fake it till you make it, but keep faking it until you do. Number 97 is to be reasonable about how you are heard, not just what you say. Get people's reactions. Hear it from other sources. Number 98, and I think we talked about this before, but dress well, even when you don't have to. It's funny, during the pandemic, I think we all shifted the way that we dressed. But one of the things that kept me on my game, because I was busier in the pandemic than ever, is that every morning I got up and I dressed. I put my makeup on, I got dressed. Sometimes it was only from the waist up. For Zoom, I'll admit to that, but I just really dressed well. So just remember, that's such an important thing. Along with that comes 99 is to smile often. It makes you and those around you feel better. When you're looking in that mirror, practice your smile. Put it in there when you're looking in the mirror and you will be amazed how it turns you around. And finally, not finally, because I'm going to add my one-on-one. So a final from Thomas's list is to feel gratitude every day for what you already have. What is here right now in this day. Be grateful for that. I don't think I need to say any more about it. And number 101, as we finish up this list, and I hope that this has helped you. And again, if you want to, my email will be here in the show notes. If you want to email me for this list again, please, I'm happy to do that for you. But 101 is to create a morning momentum practice. One of these days in the podcast here, I will talk about this for the whole podcast because it's so important. But what I will tell you right now is how you start your day every day matters, with you first, foremost, in front of everything else, and how you put your spirit and your heart, your connection together is just really remarkable. And with our planner program, we also do the Morning Momentum 21-day program is in there as well. So if I can assist you in any way with any of this, I know I've just thrown a lot at you here in our time together. Let me see how much we've been at this for about 45 minutes almost. I am here to assist and know that many of these things I can help you with, or excuse me, I'm running out of my throat here. My voice. There's other coaches out there, but interview a coach. Any coach worth their weight will do I don't even want to call it an introductory, but it's more of I call it a strategy session just to see if you're a good fit for each other. I do that with everyone, and the coaches I know, and I'm really proud to know many coaches, from creativity coaches, writing coaches, all different kind of coaches, to other business coaches like myself, that they all offer that and will have a conversation with you before expecting you to put money out on the table when you're not sure. Or, it's scary. It's scary putting your trust in someone, especially if you don't know them very well. And that's where having a conversation can make a big difference. So that is what I wanted to share with you this week. I hope you have an incredible week ahead. And as I put this podcast out, it's the beginning of the year, this first podcast of 2023. And I wish you just a great new year ahead. And just take really good care of yourself. Remember, you need support. We all do. Take good care. Thanks for listening to the Bright Shiny Object Project, available on all your favorite podcast players. To be notified of upcoming podcasts and get inspiration sent to your inbox each Monday morning, subscribe to the Victory Letter at businessvictories.com/victory letter. Remember, with the right mindset and systems in place, quite literally anything is possible.